This felt from the start like a game that could slip away from Liverpool, but in the end the collapse was spectacular and the slump now very well established. 3 wins in the last 11 games in all competitions, the second straight 3-0 Premier League defeat, another day to question the suitability of their record signing Alexander Isak. Midfielders playing as defenders, defenders scarcely able to defend. This was a first-class Nottingham Forest performance, tailored perfectly for the occasion by Sean Dyche, but even so, what a defeat for the champions. They came up against some fine individual performances, not least Forest's Brazilian centre-half Murillo, scorer of his side's first goal and the game's dominant player. Both he and Nikola Milenkovic blocked, barged and cleared their way to a famous win. Elliot Anderson starred in midfield. But really, all this Forest team looked comfortable, and the second-half goals from Nicolo Savona and then Morgan Gibbs-White were testament to their razor-sharp edge. Not so Liverpool. Mohamed Salah was excellent in running at the away side. There were times when it looked inevitable that he would break through, but the obstinacy of this Forest performance kept the route blocked. It was the heaviest home Premier League defeat of the Arne Slot era. He had started without a specialist right back in Curtis Jones, and Dominic Szoboszlai appearing to share the job. Until Jones took it on a full-time basis, Liverpool had dominated the early part of the game, but they could not score. The first Forest goal was from a corner at the Anfield Road end that was anxiety-inducing for Liverpool in its own right, while Forest's defensive corners and set pieces had been all about the hectic block and boots and bodies thrown in front of the ball. This was different. Murillo took a superb first touch from the ball that flicked off Virgil van Dijk's head, which set the Forest defender for the shot. He struck that just as well at an angle that gave Alisson back in the team no chance. The positioning of the Forest winger Dan Doy did give Liverpool some claim that the latter was blocking Alisson's view while seeking to gain an advantage. Naturally, the mind went back to that Van Dijk goal against Manchester City. This allowed for Andrew Robertson's positioning. This one was a much harder case to make with Alisson having full view of the ball. So it was that referee Andy Madley and the VAR James Bell came to the view that there was no case to answer. Liverpool were more fortunate moments later when Madley spotted a handball as Igor Jesus won the ball from Ibrahim Sangari's cross and slotted his shot past Alisson. The VAR Bell checked that 1-2 and seemed to see some contact with Jesus' left arm. Jesus had a very good game. There are similarities with Roberto Firmino in the way the ball just sticks to this robust striker. Liverpool had escaped on that occasion. They had created chances, but Forest always seemed capable of getting something in the way. There were many occasions when that was the case. Anderson was superb in all the usual ways, and also with a header to block Alexis Mac Allister's shot. When it seemed inevitable Liverpool would score, renewed for the second half, Liverpool promptly conceded straight away, opened up down their right where they had no specialist full-back. The former Liverpool man Nico Williams cut the ball back to Forest's Italian midfielder Savona to open his right foot and angle his shot past Alisson. Salah was just as dangerous after the break, but it seemed as if Forest were comfortable with the great number 11 getting in his usual shooting positions when they always seemed to muster a block. Slot resisted the temptation to substitute Isak in his first round of changes. He brought off Ibrahima Konate instead to send on Hugo Ekitike. Konate had indeed been dreadful, but so had Isak.